Ciao ragazzi e ragazze, bentornati qui sul canale. Oggi abbiamo un'intervista, anzi una doppia intervista completamente diversa dal solito. Sono molto contento di portare contenuti sempre diversi qui sul canale che spero piacciono alle persone e soprattutto che questa community avanzi e aumenti di numero sempre di più e nel minor tempo possibile. Come detto, oggi intervistiamo due ragazzi inglesi che provengono da York, parliamo di Mike Wood che studia però alla UCL a Londra e Ollie Brightman che proviene da South West London e studia a Bath, che è una cittadina molto molto bella, non tanto distante da Londra. Ci porteranno un po' la loro esperienza di lockdown, che cosa sta facendo il governo inglese, un po' tante cose, tanti spunti. Sono un po' timidi, però sono veramente due bravi ragazzi che ho avuto il piacere di conoscere in Spagna l'anno scorso durante il mio Erasmus a Madrid, quindi sono amici e soprattutto mi fa molto piacere, li voglio ringraziare in italiano per aver preso parte a questo piccolo progetto, questo canale. E niente, noi ragazzi ci vediamo dopo il video per tirare proprio due piccolissime conclusioni e poi mi raccomando alle 15 la nuova intervista nella lingua sconosciuta. Ciao ragazzi, a presto! Hello guys, welcome to this channel. I'm very happy to have you here. My name is Pietro Galinta and I'm the founder of Cotidie. Cotidie is a YouTube channel where we try to talk about the quarantine and the lockdown. Bringing new experiences or improving new skills, I think, are very important stuff to do today because it's an important period for us, for young people, for students like me. So today I invited two guys from UK. The first one comes from London and the second one from York. So please guys, introduce yourself.
Hi Pietro, Mike here. I'm currently in London, sitting out the quarantine. The weather is beautiful, but we are still stuck inside.
Hi, my name's Ollie. I'm a student and I'm from London.
Very happy to have you here guys, and I met you for the first time last year in Madrid and was great time, old times but great times. And the first question is for you, Mike. You study politics at UCL, great uni, and I ask you how the government managed the communication in order to preserve people's life.
Okay, so the government's communication before the lockdown was extremely lax. It was quite downplayed. So while the situation was going on in Italy and around the world, our government didn't appear to be taking it very seriously. But as the situation has advanced, they began to notice the potential for the crisis, and then they imposed a lockdown about 1 month ago. The lockdown has been based on the key slogan, which is stay at home, protect the NHS and save lives. So they have been repeating this over and over. They say social distancing, don't go outside, only go to the shop to buy food and stuff. It's going okay at the moment, but we don't really know how it's gonna end, especially after what happened in Italy. People think we're not doing too well.
Thank you, Mike, for your answer. I have a question for you, Ollie. Ollie, you study business and Spanish, yeah? At Uni of Bath, great uni as well. And for you, which sector of industry will be most affected by this situation?
Well, the retail industry has been especially hard hit, with all brick and mortar stores being forced effectively to shut down due to social distancing and lockdown measures. Despite the UK representing the largest global e-commerce market in terms of percentage of retail sales made online and having the second largest average revenue per online shopper, in-store sales still accounts for over 80% of total retail sales in the UK. There are worries that the online market cannot sustain these sales for some businesses and to keep them afloat. Also, the hospitality and sports industries have been hugely affected with the prohibition of events involving large numbers of people. There are fears that some sports teams will be unable to survive the crisis, with their three primary revenue streams effectively drying up, these being broadcasting, sponsorships and income made on match days. In some sports, such as football, Some players and managers have agreed wage cuts in order to ease the pressures of the pandemic, but their costs still remain very high when there is no additional revenue coming in from these three streams.
Thank you for your answer, Ollie. I have a question for you, Mike. Another one is about the restrictions that Britain adopted in order to solve this situation. Do you think are satisfactory or not?
A lot of people think that the restrictions in place by the government are okay at the moment. The government says they are working and they are having an effect on the cases, the number of cases. There are reports of people gathering, having parties, especially last weekend, the Easter weekend, the one just gone. That was people were out and about in the parks, sunbathing, relaxing. But generally, it seems that people are taking the advice seriously, and it seems like it is having some kind of impact in flattening the curve. Unfortunately, many people think that this is far too late. A lot of the media in Britain is angry at how the government was too late to implement this kind of strategy. So a lot of the death tolls that we're seeing from coronavirus at the moment, this is from 2 or 3 weeks ago when the government was quite relaxed with its approach. In terms of the NHS, at the moment it seems like it's doing okay, but does have some issues with protective equipment for staff, for doctors, and also the lack of ventilators for the incredibly sick patients. People also have an issue that we are not testing enough staff, so they're at risk, and we're not testing enough people in the country, so we don't really know what the situation is at the moment. On April the 10th, I believe, 3 days ago, we had our highest death toll of 980 people, which was higher than Spain and Italy. So not great on our part, doesn't look very good on the government, but so far it seems like it's reducing the number of cases so far, but we shall see how it continues.
Thank you, Mike. Another question for you, Ollie, is about how the government is helping the companies to deal with this emergency.
Well, in the UK, we have the furlough policy that will subsidise 80% of the workers' wages for the foreseeable future. This also extends to the self-employed who will receive cash grants to help them survive. This is an unprecedented action from the government, and one that, despite putting a large strain on their finances, will allow businesses to keep a hold of their employees even if they cannot afford to pay them. The UK government has also set out over 300 billion in loans with lower initial interest rates to battle the recession that we will face in the coming months, as well as interest-free cash grants to small businesses which are most at risk. VAT payments by companies have also been deferred for 6 months. This will all help businesses in the short term, but will not compensate for losses or provide significant solutions for the long term, though it remains to be seen what happens in this respect. We're also seeing a pile-up of inquiries from businesses applying for emergency loans from this scheme. Just 1.4% of over 300,000 inquiries have been given so far, which implies the government needs more money to go out at a much faster pace to make this policy work.
Thank you, guys. 2 questions for you, but I have one more for you. And what about, Mike, the European Union? Because I know what you think about Brexit, and you told me many stuff about it. But do you think that if Britain was in the European Union, could it be a better situation or not?
So whether or not Britain was in the European Union or not, would that mean that we were better off? It's hard to say. we haven't actually left the EU yet. So we agreed to leave like in name on the 31st of January, but we still have to formulate trade deals and finalize the exit in the future. So they were hoping to do this by the end of the year, but coronavirus has maybe changed that. There is one thing that relates to the EU is the fact that we actually failed to opt into an EU scheme to mass buy ventilators. And the government said this was due to a communication error, which it may well have been. But maybe it reflects the government's, anti-EU kind of disregard for the EU. Some kind of stance you could say there. Something went wrong and we weren't part of the scheme. So we lost out on a load of ventilators and now we're struggling to get hold of them. So you could say that the government is still pro-Brexit. They still want to get on with the job of Brexit, but the virus situation has slowed things down. But it's unclear whether or not being in the EU would have helped us deal with the crisis better. It's hard to say.
Yeah, clear. And Ollie, I have a last question for you. Do you think your university has helped you to stay safe or not?
Well, from my experience, my university took too much time to implement policies to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Despite shifting all teaching online and cancelling all exams to be moved online, the library, the gym and several other buildings on the university campus remained open up until the government lockdown was implemented last month. This puts all of those living on campus, working on campus, and everyone interacting with these students in danger of the virus. However, many universities have enforced a no detriment policy. This basically, they vary from university to university, but this policy means students cannot receive a grade lower than that they have received in previous semesters from work they have done in the past. This basically gives students a safety net in these times of uncertainty, which has certainly helped to improve mental health for students who continue to study and work without the prospect of a reward or graduation at the end of their studies.
Okay, that's all from me. Goodbye, Pietro. Thanks for having me on this YouTube channel. Good luck with everything over there. Stay safe, stay indoors, keep up the fight, yeah?
It's been a pleasure to talk to you, Pietro. See you soon.
So guys, if you like this video, you can subscribe to this channel because you can support this little project, and it's very important for me. Sorry for my English, sorry because I think during this quarantine I didn't practice a lot, so yeah, it's not good anymore. And so thank you so much guys, and see you soon. Spero che il video vi sia piaciuto ragazzi, scusatemi per l'inglese che è un po' arrugginito in questo periodo a causa della quarantena, però spero che vi piaccia e soprattutto che l'abbiate trovato interessante e anche un'occasione per sentire un po' di inglese. In ogni caso vi ricordo che potete iscrivervi al canale, attivare la campanella delle notifiche e ragazzi ci vediamo alla prossima. Grazie ancora e a presto, ciao!